What's up, YouTube? I'm about to change the headlight bulb. Actually, I'm going to convert it from the regular standard bulb to a LED bulb, and this is a Hyundai Sonata. Now on the driver's side where the battery is, the headlight housing sits right in front of the battery, and this first one right here is actually a cap. You just twist that and it pops right out and the bulb is in there. But that's not the one I'm going to be changing. I'm going to be changing the low beam, which is this one right here. So it's the same process. Just reach in, twist it, pop the cap off, and the bulb is, that's the connector for the bulb. Once you unplug that connector, there's a little clip that holds the bulb in, but I'll show it better on the passenger side. So on the passenger side, it's the same setup. The high beam is the first one, and then right next to the windshield washer reservoir, well, the fill neck is the low beam, and it's the same twist. Take the cap off. Now before we go ahead and take the bulb out, make sure you're either wearing gloves or your hands are clean. And first we gotta take this connector out, and it's just to grab it and pull it out. Let that hang. Now there's a spring right here that holds the bulb in, and you gotta push it inwards. So in other words, you're pushing it towards the front of the vehicle, and as you push it in, then you move it to the side, and that's gonna unhook it. I'll try to zoom in so get a better shot. Okay, so you see it right here, and once you push on it, so you push it in and move it to the side. So in to the side, and then it falls down like so. And once that's down, you could just grab the bulb, take the bulb out. And being that I'm gonna be putting in LED bulb, the bulb comes with a different connector. So we have the LED bulb, that's how it looks, and it has a connector on the end, and that connector is going to get plugged into our original connector. Now if you were going to replace it with a OEM style bulb, it's going to look like this, which is the one I just took out. And to put it back in, it would just be, it has a tab right here. If you look, you see a little notch right here at the bottom. You see a little notch right there. So that's where that tab sits. It goes in and it sits right in. And that's the only way it could go. If you try to put it upside down, it won't sit right. See, the bottom is hanging, falls right out. Put the tab at the bottom, it sit right in, and you would just bring your spring back up like so, push it in and slide it right back, and it latch. Get your connector, plug that in, put the cover back on, which will be this. Sit that on, you turn it, and that's as simple as that. And the same goes for the high beam. Now in my case, being that I'm customizing it by putting in a LED bulb, the LED bulb it comes in two pieces, and that's the housing, I guess you could call it. And then you have the bulb itself with the fan to keep it cool, and the cord have a driver, so the driver is separate. If anyone's gonna put in LED bulbs, I'll suggest you get a LED bulb with the driver separately on the cord and not built in to the head where the fan is. Those don't last that long. You turn them on, they get hot, they burn right out. Now the way how this works, this housing, the bulb, you see the two tabs on the bulb, and then right here you could see the two cutouts, one here, one up here on the housing piece. It slides in, you line it up with the hole, goes right in, and you twist the bulb, and that's how it stays in. So to install it, I'm going to put the bulb aside, and the housing, if you notice, it's shaped just like the original bulb that came out of it, with this little lip right here. So set that to the bottom, and the longer part of the housing points outward. So sit that in, and once it sits nice and flush, bring the spring up, push it in, slide it over, and it hooks right in. Now most of these LED bulbs are adjustable beam, which all it does is once you put it in the housing, you could twist it left or right. You shine your light on a wall and you twist it to kind of guide the beam pattern. So I'm going to put this in, line it up, twist it, and it's in. Then all I got to do now is plug this end of the LED connector into my OEM connector, and that's that. And that's really the install. And like I said, once you put your lights on, if your light pattern is not shining the right way, if it's shining more to the left or the right, or just not hitting where it's supposed to hit, you could twist the bulb left or right to get the pattern you want. If the pattern's still not shining properly, I have the cord at the bottom. You could actually take the bulb out, spin it around like pretty much 180, put it in, snaps back in. Now the cord is on top, and you get and you adjust the light pattern. And another thing to note, if you turn your lights on and you get no light, unplug it, flip this around and plug it back in. And when I say flip around, you're flipping it around 180. So you reverse the connector and plug it in, and you should get light. Then if you're still not getting any light, then it could be something wrong with the LED itself. And you're not going to be able to put, on most vehicles that you change your LED, you're not going to be able to put the housing back on. So in my case, I'm going to order one off eBay or one of those places and find a way to fabricate it or customize it to fit where I could put everything in it, put it on, and put a hole in it with like a little breather hose or breather line to allow, once the heat is trying to escape from the bulb, it has some place to go. But try not to leave your housing exposed for a long time. All the dust and dirt is going to get in there. And that's it for installing LED bulb. Or if you're putting your original bulb in, you don't have to worry about all of this. You just put your original bulb in, put your housing on, twist it on, and you're good to go. So here you can see the OEM is on the left and the LEDs on the right. You can see the LED is much brighter. Now what I was trying to explain, I'm gonna twist the bulb in the socket, and you're gonna see the beam pattern on the right change. See, I'm twisting it. You can see the beam pattern changing. So from here, I'll just, you know, turn it and get it to where I want it to be, where it's not shining too high up to blind other drivers, and it'll be hitting the ground. And somewhere around here should be fine. You can see I have more glare on the bottom. If I turn it the other way, the glare disappears from the bottom. Here you see the glare is more on the bottom. So that's the thing with most of these LED bulbs. You could actually twist it in the socket and adjust the beam to where you want it to shine.